What do you remember from your primary school? I remember my nursery years and I remember my lower primary a lot and a bit of upper primary. Actually, my primary school is so sealed because it has a lot of good and it has a lot of bad memories. Now, today I'm talking about the bad memories. Now, when I was in primary school, in nursery school, I remember my nursery school teacher a lot because she was such a nice young woman. Not really young, but she was such a nice teacher. I remember her songs, the way she made me feel, the way she gave us porridge. I remember this lady very much. Every time I see her, I am always very happy. Now, from nursery school to standard one, I remember those years. My God, those years were not very good for me. I had a traumatic experience that then just happened. But again, I remember what one teacher made me feel. Now, I had just joined a folk dance that we were being prepared to go for competition. And this teacher was not around when we started the preparations. But when she came, she asked, who allowed this one to be here in my mother tongue? And she was told, I'm doing it well. And she said no. And what she did is that she came where I was just practicing. And because the movement was just movement of hands and legs and stuff, she stood near me and I could not move again. And she whispered, move out of here. I'll never forget that. And I moved and I stood at a distance looking at her. And she came to where I was and she told me, go and play with others. That was the last time I ever practiced anything in primary school. Yes, then from here I went to upper primary. And in standard 4, I met a teacher, a male teacher who had once schooled with my mom. And he was such a nice teacher. And then we proceeded up to standard 6, I can remember. And standard 6, I met a very nice young lady. And from there, I don't remember much. But I remember high school. I met a young lady again called Doris Kagweria. And this lady made me feel at home. My high school years were the best. These are the years that made me who I am today. And I'll never forget these teachers. My high school teachers, oh my God, I love you, all of you. Because you see, in this environment, we were allowed to be. It was an environment of my lifetime. I am talking to teachers today. The kind of young people that you have in high school today are people that have seen it all in primary school. Why? Because the people that teach them are the people that know them from their backgrounds. They've taught their mothers and they know their homes. Treat them so well. They may not be able to understand themselves because these are people that are still now in identity stage. Allow them to transit or for transition to a nearby adulthood. I experienced the best years in my high school. I hope you're ready for these learners because these are learners, some of them are very ardent from primary school and from their homes. So you have to practice a new way of making them feel at home. It is not comfortable for them. So help them to transit and please understand them. I am a beneficiary of a loving high school teacher and loving high school teachers. I know and I love them even today. I hope you're ready for this.